episode for y'all today. It is a special bonus episode for this week.
A Halloween.
A Halloween edition, as you guys can tell. We kind of dimmed the lights. We're going to get real spooky here in like 15 minutes. It's going to be great. But for today, we want to let y'all know something. We got a very large and in charge large guest today. Everybody, please welcome the Big Show. Bigger than the Big Show.
Well, it's a big show. It's a big bad show.
Aaron is on the pod. The earth is shaking. Gravitational pull is pulling us in. All right, we are ready to rock and roll. How are you, Aaron?
I'm doing all right. I'm tired.
He was getting a beat from Maggie.
It's a build-up. It's good. It's great. All right, Aaron. It's finally nice to meet you,
Hold on,
brother.
hold on,
How
You
are
too,
hold on, hold
Matthew.
on.
Thank you.
Aaron, apologize to the chair.
I'm sorry, Chair. I know I'm fat.
We apologize to the couch every day.
Yeah,
After every pod, it's okay.
That's
it's
fair.
all right. And then, I've sat in that thing many a times. That's one reason why it has a lot of wear and tear on it. So it's
My
very...
recliner is very much the same at the house.
No,
Awesome.
his recliner is terrible.
He ain't got the lazy
Literally
boy. He got
last
the big
week.
boy.
Was it last week or the week before?
I think it was last time you were at the house.
Yeah, he went to go sit down. No, he was.
No, we
up.
were goofing off. And so I just fell back in the chair. I heard a
He
pop.
fell off in the chair, and then you just heard a big pop. And he went to go raise the, the little button that you press to lower.
Oh, yeah.
It just went, and then he wouldn't go out.
Damn.
It still tilts a little bit. I got it to where it'll finally recline right, but it still tilts.
Well, that's good. Is that your gaming chair, gaming recliner?
No, that's just my lazy boy recliner.
Okay, hell yeah. I've always wanted a lazy boy. I've always wanted one of those huge recliners. I need to invest in one, but my pocket's a little dead.
I thought you didn't you say you identify as a billionaire?
I think I've come to realization. I don't
He
think
checked
I
his bank
can.
account.
You check your bank account.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I can, but With that being said, how was everybody's past few days? Because this is a bonus episode. It is now Friday. We recorded Monday. So how's everybody's past few days been?
This has been the most up and down week of my life.
Yeah.
It's really work.
Same here.
The job I've been doing this week isn't my normal job, and it's you just sit in one spot all day and don't move.
I'm not used to hand feeding, obviously. I have never been so sore in my life. I went to go put a shirt on this morning, and I raised my arms up. Instant pain all the way down.
So you've never thrown your shoulders out before?
How aggressive do you hand feed?
No, it's just because
You were on a shaker, though. That's easy work.
I was on the little parts, though. I had to go fast.
Cry, baby.
And I got 17,000
On little parts. I got 24 on Monday.
on 18.
I wish I could relate.
Matthew
All
can
three of
relate.
these guys work at
We
the
all
same
work
place.
together.
I do not. I have a complete different line of work.
I just left that
Close.
place.
Great place. Just
You're
kidding.
not even close to us, boy.
Yeah, I know. They not like us. I'm sorry.
But hey, you make good money where you work.
I do. I try to.
I mean, we make decent for
Yeah.
our age.
Yeah, y'all do.
Poor
You
Aaron.
make the same as he does.
No,
we
we
don't.
don't.
I
He
make
makes more than
he
me.
does.
Aaron, you've been
Really?
here for almost 3 years.
Yeah, I know they won't give me a raise
I wonder why, Aaron.
because I'm lazy.
Because I'm lazy.
At least,
At least you know.
I seen a great video of your dad, by the way.
Oh, there's a lot of
Top
great
tier.
videos of my dad. I have
but
a lot
his
on my
dad
phone.
is top tier.
It was
But
funny.
all jokes aside, though, he's literally like my dad also.
Let's
It's
go.
crazy.
Well, you can just tell the kind of relationship you all have. I mean, you guys are around each other all the time. Me and Logan, I mean, we're all
The chemistry
similar.
This chemistry right here is just insane.
It's just I never met Logan's dad except once, and
Well, I haven't seen my
he's
dad.
not a
I
dad.
don't think you were missing out that much.
Yeah.
I
I don't
haven't
think
seen
I
my
was.
dad in over a year. It's not. You're not missing nothing. But
Last time I
haven't
seen
seen
him, he
mine,
looked like a
5.
skeleton.
oh, have you met him?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. You have.
First time I met him, he was driving in a golf cart backwards because it didn't go and drive. He was driving down the driveway.
Toe Mater for real.
Yes.
I'm the world's best backwards driver.
Toe Mater. It killed me. It was great.
I remember that now.
It was fun times. We, we went up there and we also cleared out some brush.
Yeah.
That was back in mine and his lawn and logging days.
Yeah, we was really working.
We were working hard. We were working 2 jobs. Everybody knows who's been watching the podcast. You all know. But with that being said, this episode, we want to get deep and dark with spooky things. Why are you looking at me like that?
The way you said deep was
And dark.
And
You've
dark.
been talking a little different these days.
How?
you have.
You've just been like creeping me out a little bit. I told you
Like-
that last night.
You're like
So
doing a little
my-
bit of a
well, never
Batman
mind, I
voice
can't
without
say
doing a
that.
Batman
Yeah.
voice.
Justice.
I was gonna say,
Forgot him.
You've like turned that meter up a tad bit more the past like 2 episodes.
Dude, it's
And I can't
He's
say
getting
what
this
meter,
is a.
I can't say what meter I'm talking about, but you get the drift.
Oh yeah, we're talking about
The
autism.
get.
Yeah, true.
I can't say that on YouTube
Yeah, well.
because people are.
With that being said, have you guys had any form of paranormal experiences?
I've had one, like one.
Get in
big
depth.
one.
Tell us. Go ahead.
Okay. This is when I was living in. Well, I don't think I can say that, but this is when my dad got remarried, and we moved in a house together, and we renovated the house on people that previously owned it before. We completely redone it, and as a kid, I remember going down to the basement, and till this day, I remember this vividly in my head. And nobody believes me. They keep making fun of me, but it happened. I went down to the basement and opened the door. There was, on everything, there was a girl down there in a white dress. And it was like, she had like blood running down her face. Creepiest moment of my life. Little me had like a little glass cup in his hand. I got so scared and just chunked that damn cup at her. And all you hear is glass shattering everywhere here. And you just hear my stepmom just hollering my name. What the fuck did you do? I said, I seen a woman down there. And nobody believed me until the previous owner. We were friends. Because they had just moved. And they came over to the house and we were talking. And he says, you're not going to believe what Tyler said he saw the other day. He said he went down to the basement and said he seen a little girl in a wedding dress. And they looked at her in like disgust, and she said, that's one of the reasons we moved, because we constantly seen that downstairs.
Oh no.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
That's weird.
And I vividly remember, I thought I was just hearing stuff, but I could vividly remember noises in the basement all the time, and I just thought, that's was normal. But looking back, it was scary.
Basements are always real eerie,
Yeah,
But-
basements are creepy.
especially in older homes. If you're in an older house, and older homes make sounds.
Mm-hmm.
They settle over time.
My
Yeah.
house creaks.
They creak. You just hear
But this
all
wasn't an
kinds
old
of
house.
sounds. Yeah.
This was a new house. There was no need for these noises to be made.
Yeah, that's even spooky.
And it was loud enough one night, I thought somebody was breaking into the house. And I was the only one at home, and I was like 14.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I couldn't.
But
How old were you at the time that you threw that bottle?
I was like 10.
10. That's crazy.
But it just baffled me that the owners that previously there, that's one of the reasons they moved. And ever since then, I just remember looking at my stepmom and says, well, I'm not so crazy now, am I?
That is crazy.
But that's the only thing that's ever happened to me, like spirit or whatever.
Yeah,
it
spiritual
would be.
or paranormal
Yeah.
wise. What about you, Aaron?
I haven't really had any experiences. I do believe in like spirits, but my grandmother, who we stay with all the time, she lives in a very old house.
Very old.
Very built out of rock
Like
old.
Civil War old.
Wow.
So like it creaks and stuff. And when he first started coming around that house, it freaked him out. So I told him the story about when my grandpa died in that house because we were all there that night.
In the living room.
Yeah, I'm like, we just watched something, and I looked at the TV and I said, my grandpa was sitting right where that TV is when he died. He goes, really? I said, yep. Good night, buddy. And I went to bed. And I woke up the next morning. I walked in the living room. He's sitting there I'm like, what happened to you? He goes, dude, there were noises all night.
I feel like that might just be mind games, though.
It could be.
It could have
But
been.
I
Yeah.
promise, He was even in there one time. We were just sitting there.
Yeah, that
And
one time
that-
was kind of scary.
The floor creaked. Like, it, obviously it's old house, it creaks.
We know that now.
But it legit, after we had just got done speaking about it, we heard what sounded like footsteps. It wasn't just like normal creaks.
Yeah.
Then I turn around, Papa Marshall, go back to bed
Yeah.
now.
But, you know, when you often think about stuff like that, it's just like, unless you've experienced it, you're just kind of like, whatever. You know?
Yeah, a lot of people brush it off their shoulders, and a lot of people don't even like to acknowledge it.
Have
like
you
the-
had any experience?
I've had about 4 real serious ones. I'd get into the first one, which this one isn't really kind of paranormal. It's just very odd, and my older brother can back me up on this. He's seen the exact same thing. So it was winter.
No,
and
this story is paranormal, bud.
Well, I mean, it was winter, and it just started to snow. And me and him, I can't remember how old we were, probably about 8, 9 years old, somewhere around that age. And we had a door, we would sit at, and we were watching the snow. So we were sitting there watching the snow. Next thing you know, we see something in our driveway, maybe about as tall as this little stand right here, walking, just like very.
It might have just been me.
I wasn't going to say it.
Thank you, Stump.
That's a good clip, right there.
If it was you, why didn't you come knock? I mean, come on.
I didn't know you at the time.
Anyway, we seen it walking, and it was very like cripply walking, like very weakly. And me and him were looking. We were like, "What in the world is that?" And next thing you know, we see it kind of slouch over, and it falls down in the snow. So we put on our clothes, and walk out there, and there's a little layout of where it was laying, but it is gone.
Yes.
There was footprints where I'm getting goosebumps from just telling you guys this story. I'm serious. There was footprints like over to where the body layout was. It was just gone.
See, why'd you go investigate? What is wrong with you?
At that point, you got to.
You see I'm white.
Dude.
I was about to say,
Right,
they
raise
never
up
die in the
your
horror
arm.
movies.
Yeah.
Raise
Yes,
up your short arm sleeve.
Oh yeah, I'm
Look.
real white. Yeah.
No,
You're goosebumps.
Yes, I just told you. That's what I'm saying, dude. I'm
Bro,
telling you,
I'm
the
not gonna
story
lie.
is legit.
There's no way you would have ever caught me going outside.
Yeah.
No.
It's because you're not
I
white.
would have closed my blind curtain, whatever's there, and I would have got under my blanket and went to sleep at that age.
Now, the second
I wouldn't have been
story.
going to sleep. I would have been up all night at that point.
Oh yeah, I mean
I
it
would've
was
been hiding.
it was creepy.
I would be hiding, but I ain't going to sleep.
The second story I have, years ago we were outside playing. It was late at night, about 8 o'clock during the summertime. The sun was starting to go down. We were running up our hill from the campsite that was in the front of our house. It's a huge hill that goes down, and at the bottom of the hill bottoms out, flattens out. And we had a campsite down there. We were walking up to the house, and as we got up to the house, it was me and my younger brother. We heard something make some form of weird screeching sound, and it started darting back and forth at like an insane speed. And we got a flashlight. You could see like it just darting back and forth. And we went inside. We weren't sitting out there long. That was one of the most creepiest things that I experienced out in the woods at night, because I used to stay out in those woods as late as I could as a kid. Mm-hmm. After that crap, I did not ever go down to that campsite that late at night again.
No, I don't blame you.
And there's no telling what it was. I don't know what could have. Hell, it could have been a bird. I mean, it could have, but we didn't know as a kid.
Have you experienced anything since you've been older?
Since I've been older, I would say I haven't really experienced anything weird, but we went to go look at a house for sale, and the real estate agent told us, yeah, the bathroom light up there turns on and off by itself all the time. And it's actually this house right behind us, that huge one right there. We went and looked at it.
Didn't a woman
And
die in there?
yeah, a woman passed
No,
away in
that's
it.
just
But
her.
this was before the kids talked about it who were trying to sell it. The light always turned on and off. They unhooked it. They unhooked the wiring from it. They took like the light switch out, and it still turned on and off.
Well, I've
Till
always
that
heard
day.
Stories like that. Like, how long did they live there?
The lady who passed away lived in it for
a
a
while?
long time. That
I've
house
heard
is very old.
I've heard a bunch of stories of stuff like that happening. Like when they pass away, like it sounds crazy, but their spirit like stays in the house.
Yeah, it's creepy.
But I mean,
I
at
think
that
my house
point-
is like that. My mom, there was one time, so the way our kitchen is set up, the fridge is like in a corner, and then behind you is a window. And she said she was getting water one night from the fridge, and she turned around and there was a woman standing behind her wearing a white dress. But my mom sees her all the time. Like, I've seen her twice, but mom sees her
Yeah,
like...
we're really twinning for real.
Nah, it's a grown woman though. Like,
It was an old. It was. I couldn't tell how old she was because the little thing was over her mouth.
I've seen this figure 2 or 3 times. Not as much as my mom though. Like, my mom will wake up with cuts down her arm.
Still,
Yeah.
still.
Yeah, not as bad as it used to be.
Dude, I'm
but
being serious though. She like might actually.
It's attached.
If stuff
to her.
like that's happened, she might be possessed by something.
You know, it's
I will
probably
not
bad spirits
possess,
she
but,
picked
like,
up whenever
I
she
don't think
was.
I really don't think it's a bad spirit though, because
No, that's the first sign of a bad spirit is if you wake up with scratches. And
but it
marks
hasn't
on you.
happened in a long time. The scratches, but like we'll still see it every once in a while. Well, she will. I don't really see it no more. But then like she said, she turned around and the woman was just standing behind her, and it was like she was just watching over her. She said she wasn't scared. Like it didn't scare her. And I've never been scared by it either. But, like, that stuff still creeps me out, like, when I'm trying to sleep at night, you know?
I have a story kind of similar to that. This is my third experience. I was walking down the hallway of my mom's house, and my mom just got the baby nursery set up for whenever my little brother was being born. And I walked past the hall, and I seen something out of the corner of my eye, and I took a step back, and there was a lady, like a figure, looking at me. It looked at me and said, "Shh," and like just disappeared.
That creeps me out.
Yeah,
Like, have
dude,
y'all ever-
like, I was lost for words. I didn't even know what I could, like, I was like, what in the hell?
That's happened to me a lot. Like, when you're by yourself, do you ever just like hear anything?
Oh,
And
yeah.
then you like look quick to look, and then you see like a glimpse of something, but
Oh,
you
yeah.
can't make out what it is.
Have
That's happened to me a lot.
something similar to what you just said. When my great-grandpa died, the night he died, we came home from the hospital, and I had just fallen asleep. And typically, I don't ever roll over when I'm sleeping.
I
I
think
stay in
you
the
told
same
me that,
position.
yeah.
And I turned around and like I saw him standing there, and he wasn't very tall, but he was. I guess he might have been floating, but he was like looking down at me, smiling. And then I've never seen anything like that since then. But like it didn't scare me.
Yeah.
It like comforted me because me and him are really close.
Yeah, yeah.
I kind of have a story like that too. With the grandparents I live now, my papa's parents live like right down the hill from us, down the driveway, and me and we were all really close to them, especially my papa. He was really close with his parents, and the land that we live on, his dad owned. He owns 50 acres, and they ended up passing away, and it's kind of a sad story because my grandma passed away first, and my papa literally died a few months later because they literally said he died from a broken heart. He didn't know how to deal with it. He basically grieved himself to death, and when he passed away, it was just a coincidence. Ever since they passed away, and it still happens till this day, we have a little thing beside our window in the kitchen. A red cardinal comes up to our window every day for hours and doesn't leave.
You know, they say,
And it's never happened till after they died.
they say that the red cardinal is one of the birds, like one of the spirit birds that their spirit
Yep.
transports
And it's two
to.
of them. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's insane.
Well, I feel like I have my relatives come to me in dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
I've had a
me
lot
too.
of dreams.
That happened to me me and Stump were staying at my mom's to dog sit, and I had a dream. It's my grandma was talking to somebody, and they were talking about my grandpa, and this dog just walked up to me. She looked kind of like Maggie, and just give me a hug, like a dog giving me
Dude,
a
he
hug.
W
He
Manfred
woke
already
up-
known Maggie's name.
He woke up crying.
I watched
Wow.
the podcast.
He watches.
No, that dream he's talking about, he woke up crying that
Yeah.
morning.
Yeah, it felt like my grandpa was just telling me hey, I'm here for you, and give me a hug.
That's awesome.
He died when I was 5, and I'm 21 now. So I was like, that is insane.
But that happened a
watching
lot
over
too.
you.
Like some spirits, they say like in dreams they'll come to you as like animals or just like whatever.
But that's the first and only time that's ever happened to me
I think I've only had
to this day.
like one experience like that. My uncle, when I was in middle school, he died from cancer, and like a few years later, I had a dream that he came home, and we were all, my whole family was at my house for Christmas, and we were just all upstairs in our kitchen, and he came home and he said he was on a secret deployment for the military, but he didn't talk to me at all. Like it was like I wasn't there, but I was watching everybody like so super happy to see him because we all thought he died in the dream, and then he just looked at me and it made me wake up. I woke up out of my dead sleep from that.
You know, a lot of my relatives and who passed away, I've never really dreamt about them. Like my grandma, she passed away years ago, and I haven't had a single dream about her. And me and her were very close, very close. I had one dream about my cousin who passed away a few years back, but I didn't see him in the dream. I heard his name, and I heard him say that I'm okay. Yeah. And it was an odd dream. There was a huge, massive fence, and I was on a deck on their back porch, which they did have a deck on their back porch at their house down there in near Easley. But I was standing on it, and I heard him talking, but I couldn't see him. I couldn't find him. And I felt like he was on the other side of the huge gate or the huge fence. Mm-hmm. But I heard him tell me that that you know, I'm okay. That's what he said. And then I woke up after that.
Well, that kind of dream would have scared me.
It was weird because I remember looking down and the fence just went and it was like foggy.
But it's like he's letting you know that he's fine.
Yeah.
That one would have given me chills.
That's another thing, like from like dead relatives that have passed away. Like if you pay attention, you get signs from them all the time.
Yeah.
Like especially if you were close to them, I've got from my grandparents that passed away, I get signs from them all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like little things that just remind me of them constantly.
Have y'all ever been in like out in public and like a relative that had passed away years ago? You feel like you see someone looks exactly like them out in public.
That happened to me the other day. I was out.
Sorry. It freaks me out. Like, I seen someone look like my Papa Marshall the other day. I had to stop what I was doing and just, like freeze for a second. I'm like, that couldn't... I mean, it's been 12 years. Yeah. Like, there's no way. It scares the crap out of me.
That happened to me the other day. I was at Walmart with my sister. And obviously she knows my great-grandpa. She remembers him. And there was this old man walking by, and he had a veteran hat on, which my grandpa always weared. And I looked at him, I said, man... He's like identical to him, and like it gave me chills. I was just standing there, and he walked the same. Everything was the same. And dude, see, stuff like that kind of creeps me out a little bit, though.
Have you guys ever experienced shadow people? That's what we call them on third shift. You work third shift, right, Aaron?
I work second.
Okay, so you work second. So maybe you've experienced it where you work third shift. So whenever I was grocery manager, we would see these things down the aisles. And we called them shadow people. You'd be busy exactly doing your work, but you'd see a figure walk past you, and you'd look, and it's gone.
I see that all the time at work. You know, you and Stump know how our furnace is set up. Mm-hmm. You know, the black part underneath that's open. Mm-hmm. There's been multiple times where I'll walk by it and I'll see somebody standing inside of it looking at me. Dude, it creeps me out. But I'm not one of those to turn around and find out.
Speaking of that, sorry to get off topic, but there was a woman at Walmart that, I don't know if y'all heard about it, but she got trapped inside of a Walmart. Yeah. And she walked into like a, what was it, an oven or something?
It was an employee who got trapped inside the bakery oven.
Yeah.
So it was a 19-year-old girl. She somehow got trapped. So I see those industrial size ovens. They do not close by themselves.
No.
They do not. You have to physically push it shut.
From the inside?
You can, but you got to pull it, and there's a latch to open the door from the inside. You have to
put effort into closing this, dude.
You could slam, like a very heavy door. You could push it, and you know how it speed, but then it immediately slows down because it's so heavy. That's what those doors do.
That's what scared me
That
about
door
that situation.
was physically closed by
Somebody
somebody. I
shut her
guarantee
and
you.
left her in there,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
Well, I'm sure they'll find out. There's got to be
Yeah.
cameras.
Oh yeah, for sure. They're all over
Yeah.
the place. But back to those shadow people. Me and my, buddies, we were talking about it during that time, and we come to kind of the conclusion of it's just your brain is so used to seeing people inside of, where of course you see people in a plant, of course you see people in a grocery store. It's your brain just used to seeing it, and it just,
I don't
that's what we've kind of, but still, it's still very odd.
I don't know though, because like where I see people, it's very rare there's somebody standing there.
Yeah.
Because it's a no entry area.
Yeah, true.
It's nobody's allowed to be in there unless they're working.
Unless you're working in.
Yeah.
And that's
that
not very
space.
common that they're underneath there.
Yeah.
That's why it creeps me out so bad. I don't know. I just keep it pushing.
Yeah, telling. Let's touch base on fears. What's your biggest fear, Stump? What are you scared of?
Bro, you good?
I could get really deep, but I'm not going to.
You get deep, but don't get too
Nah,
deep.
I was gonna. Well, no,
What was
this
you-
ain't really. I was gonna say being forgotten, but
No, bro, you're here forever.
We got you.
no. I mean, like when I'm gone, I'm not gonna be remembered. That's
Oh,
what scares me.
Bro's
the most.
thinking about that Coco movie. But
My biggest fear is spirits and like just
Really?
anything.
so out of all the
Like,
fears in the
even-
world, like even spiders, snakes,
Overall,
Oceans, like-
snakes are my biggest fear,
like mine,
and oceans.
my two
and
top two
heights.
biggest
Heights for
fears
sure.
is open water, like out in the middle
Like
of the
when
ocean.
you go past to where you can't see land in the ocean anymore,
Mhm.
I get petrified because you do not know what's underneath you.
Buddy would hate
Yeah.
a cruise.
I was fine on the cruise whenever we went
if
on
I'm
it,
on a cruise and
Yeah.
constantly moving, I'm fine.
but if I'm
But if I'm
out
just
in
like
water,
swaying back and forth, just not moving, it would. We've literally only discovered 7% of our oceans.
yeah, it's
We
some,
do
it's some
not
odd
know what's
percentage.
down there, and there could be something 20 times the size of whatever boat we're on underneath us, and we'd never know.
Yeah.
Anything that could kill us in the matter.
What's your
turn?
Mine is either snakes or not heights, but falling from a high space.
Yeah.
Like, y'all know Gatlinburg, Tennessee? Y'all know that Space Needle?
Mhm.
Yeah, so me, my dad, and my sister went up to the top of this thing.
Oh, they got a picture of it. It's hilarious.
Ricketiest elevator I've ever been on in my life.
I
And
think you told me about this.
keep in mind, I was little back then.
Pause.
Not little, but littler. So, I was still 185.
Watch out! Watch out!
But,
How old
Yeah.
was you?
probably like 12, 13.
No.
Yeah, I was.
I'm really claustrophobic too, by the way.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I'm
we was
scared of
talking
top
about it.
places.
But like, we were going up this rickety ass elevator, got to the top of this thing, and I look off the edge, and it's only about like up to my waist at 12. And I'm like, any grown man could like fall and dead. That scares the crap out of me.
Yeah.
That's my. Let me touch base on what I was saying earlier. My biggest fear, not dying in specifically, like, you can't be scared to die because
Yeah.
you're gonna die.
It happens.
It's my thing is I'm scared to suffer. I'm scared to die and suffering.
Yeah.
Like if I'm gonna die, I want it to be like peaceful and
Quick and easy.
instant. Yeah.
In your sleep.
I don't want to burn to death. Drowning is.
Oh yeah.
Oh my lord! Don't
Would
even
you rather burn or drown to death?
burn. No.
I would rather drown.
You would
I don't
pass
know.
out. You know
Yeah,
you'll
you'd
pass
pass
out.
out.
If you're drowning, you have all that time to contemplate what's going on.
But if
When
you're
you're burning, you're not thinking about dying.
You know how
You're just thinking, ow, ow, ow,
You're
hot,
thinking
hot,
about
hot,
how
hot.
hot. You're,
yeah, but you know how much pain you would be in if you was burning.
All right, look at it this way. You put a turkey in the oven, and it takes forever
you're-
to heat up. No, think about it. Think about it.
That's unless you put it in the
too
microwave, you got a
far
good
away,
point.
Think about it though. You are sitting in an oven, and it takes. I don't know what the exact temperature it is for the body to just, for your brain and everything to just shut off, and you're dead. It takes a long time for you to heat up and die. Like your pain scale. I mean, your
It's
skin
gonna-
will melt off.
Yeah.
Especially on like adrenaline.
I would
too.
much rather
But-
drown.
yeah. What I'm saying is, when you're drowning, the only thing on your mind is, oh my God, I'm drowning, I'm dying. You know, you're thinking about people you love, whatever. and that's constantly replaying in your head the whole time.
See, that's my thing about falling.
When you're burning to death, that's not on your mind. You're fucking burnt. Well, sorry. You're burning. The only thing on your mind is how bad you're hurting and how you can get it off of you.
Yeah.
You're not replaying that scenario in your head because when you're on fire, you're not thinking about dying. I mean, you could, but you're more worried about trying to get the burning to stop than, you know what I'm saying?
It's scary what adrenaline can do to your body.
Yeah.
It's like in a
Adrenaline
situation
is
like
crazy.
that, you know, your body and your mind, you're going to try to do anything and everything to get out of whatever you're doing. You know, whatever's happening around you, you know. Like one thing I hear about a lot of people who end up burning in their own homes. It's very sad. But hell, like if I was trapped in a room, you know, a lot of homes. Now, if you're in this house and you can't get to the doors or the windows, you're cooking because this is a brick house. I mean, you're not just. But the majority of homes, all right, you got sheetrock, insulation, and then the wood. So now, if you punch the sheetrock, get out of there, you know, make a bit, and then, I mean, boy, my fat ass is going to try to break through a wall. I mean, I've thought about that. I'm going to try to break through a wall if I can't get through anything else. But you know,
Hope you got a sledgehammer.
Yeah. I mean,
I also heard, I don't know how true this is, but they say if like you burn to death, like your spirit becomes evil. I don't know how true that is.
I don't know about all that.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Dude.
That's a
I've
hot
never
take.
been so scared in my life. Obviously, I don't know how real any of this is or not. I'm not saying it's real. But I was watching a FaZe Rug haunted video yesterday. Dude, they were at some hotel that's like closed off to the public. That's known to be extremely haunted. And they were
I just realized how close I was to you.
They were walking outside and doing an outro of the video, and there's this graveyard beside wherever they're filming. There was a lady in a white dress walking up and down, like screaming at somebody, and there was no one near her. She was saying she was possessed. She kept screaming over and over. Dude, I'm getting chills even talking about it.
You ever notice it's always a lady in a white dress or a figure in a white dress?
Yeah, but she kept screaming over and over that you've took over my brain for 14 years. Please get away. She kept saying that constantly. And that's, like, it's crazy to think about that, like, some people actually go through that.
Yeah.
Like, some people have a spirit attached to them, and it's, like, some of it's bad. And they can't even, like, live a normal life because of it.
Yeah, they made a bunch of Conjuring movies about it.
Yeah. I was terrified of that first one.
I will
as a
never
kid.
watch
That first
The,
one
first,
scared
the
that
second one
shit
scared
out
me worse.
I'm not gonna
will
lie.
never
I
watch
watched
that
The
movie.
Conjuring not long ago at work.
I will never
I've
watch
seen the first two. I haven't seen the
If
third
I
one.
watched it, it'd be with, like, us, all four of us.
We
I
could watch
couldn't-
it.
No.
Cuddle and watch a scary movie.
No, I'm not watching it with just you.
I was
I
about to say,
watched it.
I watched Scream earlier today with Nana. It was awesome.
No. Scream's
Scream's
not
not
even that
scary.
scary.
No,
is
it's
it?
not. It's
Yeah.
just my favorite.
So, Matthew, what's your fear? We never got to
Yeah,
it.
well, I mean, you know, I talked about depths of the ocean, like just me, like if I'm on a boat or something, I'm fine. But my fat ass is not about to jump off a boat into the body of water, and I
No,
don't
no.
know, hell
No,
no,
no, no,
I'm
no.
staying on the boat. I'll do it in a lake here and there, but
I'm not even
I have to
jumping
have
in
people
lake,
jump in with me at the lake. But if it's the ocean, I ain't
I-
jumping in that.
even
I don't
if-
know why. I used to not be scared of it, but
got
now
older.
the older I've gotten, I'm like, hell no, I ain't doing that. And then the second thing I'd say that I don't know why, but I've always had a fear of grizzly bears.
Why don't you look at me like
Why are you
that?
laughing at me?
No, we're not.
Hey,
I've
yeah,
been
I'm
hunting
looking at
bear
you.
for like 2 days
It's
straight.
It's bear season.
No,
man.
okay. So I'm talking about the massive grizzly bears up in like what is Canada and stuff.
Oh,
like that.
gotcha.
Like,
Well,
the
speaking
ones
of
that
that-
will
Or right now
kill
you're
you.
I seen
Yeah.
a TikTok
Yeah, true.
video yesterday of this bear. Like, it literally just walked into this woman's house, and this woman started petting the bear. And she's like, okay, now, go outside.
Are you sure it wasn't Logan just walking on hind legs?
No, it was an actual bear. And she, like, it went outside, and she said, okay, you can come back in. Bro, he would open the door with his mouth and stick his head back in, and she'd just bet it again.
Oh, yeah, I've seen
Yeah, see, that bear knows too much.
See,
it knows how to open a door.
I was
Have
about
you
to
never seen bears open car
Bears
doors?
open doors all
Yeah,
the time with their mouth.
But I'm talking about a house door. Was it just a turn knob, or was it
No,
the
it
one
it
you?
was a turn knob.
Was it a turn
Was it
knob?
was it like mine?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
Oh.
that bear knows too much.
somebody, I need to get up there. Bring the crew.
Yeah.
Why bears, though? What-
I don't know. It's not like black bears or anything like that. But like, I think of it this way: if you were to come face to face with a grizzly bear,
You're dead.
or even a polar bear, you're dead,
Yeah.
and it is going to be a miserable death.
I don't think it will.
Yeah,
be.
you're getting mauled by a
You're
bear.
getting
You know,
mauled.
I think you would die pretty quick.
You would, but you're gonna
Depends.
feel.
But that's more
It's
of a
gonna be
suffering.
more of a.
You're
about
gonna
a
feel
minute
every
suffering.
second of that bear.
You're
Well,
gonna
you know,
feel them
Have
gut
you
you.
ever seen videos of grizzlies that eat fish?
Yes.
How they do it? They skin
Yeah.
them first.
Yeah, exactly.
Imagine
That's
getting
what I'm
skinned by a
saying.
bear.
It's
Getting
gonna be a
skinned by a
miserable
bear.
death, buddy. But I don't know. That's
I'm
just
more
one.
scared of a baby copperhead than I am a bear.
Snakes don't bother me
No.
because
Dude, if you get bit by a baby copperhead, you're dead.
I understand that. But
They
snakes are
can't
easier to kill than a damn grizzly bear.
Not if you don't notice you're
Yeah,
stepping on it.
I kind of agree with Stump because, like, if
They
you see a
can't-
bear in the woods, say we're out fishing and we see a
Exactly.
bear, we
You can
always
see
carry-
it from afar.
We always.
You're not going to see yourself unless you're like looking down and just happen to see it.
Well, you know, we always keep our pew pews on us,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you know,
Well, and bears are always more scared of you than you are.
especially
of
the
them
bears
anyway.
around here. Black bears.
Bear,
Not a hungry
dude,
ass
I'm
grizzly?
telling you.
Yeah, not a grizzly.
They're not a
We don't
mama.
live
That's what
around
I'm
grizzlies.
saying. I'm being specific here. Grizzly bears.
Yeah, we don't live around grizzlies.
Yeah.
Though,
Well,
so you
yeah,
don't have to worry
shit.
about it.
That's up north, buddy.
Yeah.
Way in the south.
I can't make fun of you for my fears. For your fears, mine are pretty bad.
It's your turn.
You know it already, but lighthouses. I'm terrified
What is
of
it?
lighthouses.
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 Like,
It's
I
okay.
could see why.
They're eerie.
I
Like,
don't know what it is.
Every movie makes them out to be so fucking scary.
Well, everybody has that stupid fear.
But it's just something about how the light just like.
Like, I'm scared of escalators.
Well,
I bet the escalators are scared of you.
Well, like, going up an escalator, I'm fine. It's coming down that scares the crap out
No,
of me.
I agree because I've seen those videos where like people just fall through them and they're dead.
He's like, buddy, he's
know,
like-
Now, I
just
have
mauls
not
them.
seen or heard of that. Now I have another reason to be scared of
Yeah,
escalators.
no.
like
So at
Buddy
the
the
very
Elf.
top, there's a case where you can open it and you can operate on the escalator.
Uh-huh.
There was one girl. She just walked and it
Oh,
just
yeah,
opened.
she
It
fell
just
through.
it ate her.
Mm-hmm.
She
Chopped her up.
See, I'm just scared of missing the step, going down, and falling in, and the embarrassment of it. That was all I was scared. Now, I'm never going to the mall again.
Yeah, because you're not walking up the stairs.
Anyway,
No.
anyway,
You got two options: elevators or escalators.
I don't know what it is about lighthouses. Since I was a baby, like when I was a little baby, my mom and my dad was still in my life. We went to the beach. I don't remember this obviously, but mom said I saw a lighthouse and like I freaked out. I just started crying and like she couldn't get me to stop crying until the lighthouse was gone. Like
they
since
are-
I've been little, I've always been terrified.
I don't
of
know
them.
what's like.
What
I
makes
can
it
see
worse if I see the light turning, dude.
Yeah.
If I'm driving the car, I hope you're not in there. I'm gonna start hiding.
Hey, speaking of that, we were going to get off topic right quick. We were going out one night, and there's this road near where we live. It's called what do they call it? Roller Coaster Road? Or
Yeah.
Val Given.
Yeah.
He was hauling ass down this road, bro. I said, dude. And I just look over and he starts like fake crying. He's like, "She don't want me, bro." I've never laughed so hard in my life, dude.
Bro, I was
And we
probably
were going
like-
at least 80.
Yeah, I was probably going 80
You
down Roller
want
Coaster
me,
Road.
bro?
And
Roller
poor-
Coaster Road is
his
a-
mom's poor car, dude. It was way down, and it was
It
scraping.
was just me and you.
It was. It
was
was.
I feel
way
like there were
down.
a lot more people.
It
than
was
just me
still
and you.
scraping.
What's
It
your
always
What's your
does.
second fear?
Windmills. Windmills.
Windmills?
I don't know what to say. Yeah, I'm terrified of them.
When like wind turbines,
Yeah, like the big turbines
The big
that spin.
turbines?
Are you serious?
Terrified, dude. I never used to be.
they are weird. Like why?
It-
They're
like-
just
Why they
ran-
spin like
I
that?
don't know
just
what it is.
random fields of them, like
Dude, you have a
thousands of
miniature
them.
one in your room. Your fan.
That
I mean-
doesn't scare me though.
But
The other day, listen,
It'd be funny if he went,
the other day I was on TikTok and I was just scrolling and I saw a video of a whole bunch of them in a field.
Yeah. What'd you do? Ugh.
Bro, I'm telling you,
It gave me
it's
chills.
weird.
Logan's in there.
There's just thousands of them, just like randomly in the field. Like
There's like hundreds in the
purpose does
ocean
there-
too.
what-
Yeah, that's what I saw.
Yes,
them in the ocean.
th-
and
that
that scared me
Yes,
so
that
bad.
is creepy because if you're out there on a boat, you'll hear them beep.
Imagine a windmill next to a lighthouse. Logan die.
Oh God.
Somebody asked if my lighthouse fear was real. It really is. Like, to this day, I'm still scared of them.
Can I add another fear?
No.
Go for it.
Our government.
Hey, true.
Okay, yeah.
Our government's pretty.
That's fair.
Yeah, I think everybody is collectively.
I think every
honestly,
country
Hold
feels
on,
like this.
hold on. Let me justify.
I think this is a good topic for next episode.
Yeah,
Just think.
I think you say.
I don't want to get myself in trouble because
Save it.
I don't know who's going to find this. If I end up dead in the next 2 days by an FBI agent, you know why? But
I don't think we'll know why.
We won't ever know. And
I'm gonna act like I don't know. Too,
edit
No
buddy.
that,
offense,
Sorry.
no
edit
offense,
that
no.
out.
I ain't investigating.
Yeah.
Anyway, just think about like all these conspiracy theories of like this ain't honestly this ain't even going off topic really, but all the conspiracy theories that are out there in the world, if they were to possibly be true, just like let's say 10% of them, we would never in our life I would say they would never tell us if it's actually real or not. Like, we honestly don't know what's out there and what's real because they're keeping everything from us. Like, the Area 51 stuff. All this shady stuff that goes on there that they tell nobody about and they act... And they're not even... Have y'all noticed they're not even hiding it anymore?
Yeah, they released a lot of public documents.
Speaking of
about
that,
it.
did you see what Kamala said at her rally the other day?
No, we
Somebody
talking
shouted
about-
out Christ is King.
Yeah,
No, I seen
And
that.
Kamala said, you must be at the wrong rally.
I seen that.
I say we save those topics. Those are gonna be next episode. We got a special.
Yeah, we got a very special guest.
Yeah.
Yes, it's gonna be a doozy.
I've heard.
Is
about
it
this
an act...
guys.
Like, be honest.
Yeah, I think he does. I did tell you, didn't I?
Seriously, dude.
I don't think you told me, but like I've
Okay.
seen the teases and stuff.
I don't know who this is, by the way. They won't tell me.
Stump
Stump
is.
doesn't know.
Is it an actual guest?
All right,
Be honest.
bring
Like,
him back. The fears.
A physical person. Is it a physical person?
Yes.
Yeah.
An actual human that's going to be on the podcast?
Yes.
No, we're gonna interview Casper.
It's Chucky.
I thought y'all were going to do like some stupid stuff.
Bro, why are you scared?
I'm not scared.
Well, we're filming it and putting it on YouTube.
Oh,
so
by the way,
you'll be all
can
right.
I say something about... We possibly could have a big video in the works. I'm just going to leave it at that. A
Yeah.
huge video.
Bro,
We got
bro's
a
cooking.
really big
Stay
one right
tuned.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he told me about that. I was,
No. Like the one we're currently filming. It's huge.
But,
It-
yes.
Yeah.
It's huge.
In, I don't know... It's
very
gonna,
big.
Very big. It's going to be a long while down the road, but this is a huge video that we're possibly setting up, so stay tuned, please.
Stay tuned. Did we touch base on we got everybody's fears down, right?
I think
so.
so.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. Good. So
Awesome, man.
awesome, Dad. Now, do we all collectively here believing in ghosts and?
I mean, I do and I don't. It's like
At this point,
I'd say there's a difference between ghosts and spirits.
I was just about to say, the older I've gotten, I believe spirits.
yeah.
I was about
Not
to say, like,
ghosts.
I believe in angels and demons and spirits, but I don't think we need to be calling the Ghostbusters
I don't
down here
believe
with the
in-
Ecto 1 or nothing. I think we're
I don't
that'd be so
believe in
cool.
ghosts.
that
but
would be
I-
cool. I wish it was real, but it's not.
But the evil and good spirits, 100%.
Yeah, evil and good spirits. Yes, definitely.
I don't think there's a in between. It's one or the other.
No, yeah, it's definitely one or the other.
You know, I want to touch base on two stories that
Y'all
are
do the-
from my older brother.
You
What?
want to do the Ouija board or not?
Oh hell
No.
no, we ain't doing
No.
that. Hell no.
If you would've asked
No,
me- if you
that's
would've
how the
asked-
Conjuring movies start.
I will,
If you would've asked
I'll
me 2
joke
years
like
ago-
that, but I would never do the Ouija board.
If you would have asked me 2 or 3 years ago, I 100% would have played.
Because
But
the
now,
Rogan
no.
Sherman, that's how all their spirits got attached to them. It's
Yeah,
wanna
hell
hear a
no.
crazy Ouija
That's how
board
you.
story?
No.
Huh?
My mom told me one time her and my dad and some of their friends
No,
were
they
playing
did play the Ouija board,
Yeah.
didn't they?
Well, they were living in this older house, something like that. I don't really remember too much, but she said it was working, like a normal Ouija board. And
Yeah, because we
a
know what that
bird, you know how a Ouija board works?
is. No, I don't.
You like
You
put your
put
two
your
fingers
hands
on
on
the
it.
thing.
I know
and
you
it,
do
like,
that,
slides
and then
around.
yeah,
The planchette will move
It
by
moves
itself.
by itself.
Yeah, it'll spell out words and stuff.
Well, she said it was moving by itself, and a bird flew into the side of the house,
Oh.
and the wall was running with blood.
I remember you
Let
telling
me-
me
I
that
told
years
you that.
ago.
Let me
Yeah.
tell you
Yeah.
one thing. If the Ouija board is real, there is so much like rules you have to pay attention to, because they contacted the YouTuber I was talking about. They contacted like the most evilest spirit possible.
Say his name.
No,
Beetlejuice.
No, I'm being so serious. Do not
don't
say
say
his
his
name.
name.
Do
Voldemort.
not. I'm serious. They contacted that spirit on the Ouija board, and the way you end the game, you have to get permission to say goodbye. And they went to go say goodbye, and his cousin Jessica, she lifted her fingers up before they finished saying goodbye, and that's how a spirit enters your body.
Oh hell no.
And
It takes your soul.
it took her soul. She said after that,
possessed.
after they left, she felt fine until 15 minutes later. She was constantly throwing up, and her pupils got really dilated, and she was sick that whole day. She said she could feel a presence inside of her.
Wow.
But yeah, dude, that game should not even be able to let people play it.
The only reason I want to play it is just to know if it's
I
real.
want just to know if it's
But
real. But by
I'm
then
not
it's
gonna
too
risk it.
late.
I'm perfectly fine not knowing.
I'm
I'm
too
not gonna
scared.
risk it.
I'm too scared of a spirit getting attached to me.
There's no way I would risk it.
I personally think it's fake because everybody has to. Don't they put two fingers on it, right?
Yeah.
Everybody is gonna use their muscles to go to the answers they want to. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, I mean, you can say that, but
But
Yeah, but
I
I've
ain't
heard
gonna. I
stories.
ain't gonna figure out.
These people were playing the game, and they said that he asked a question in his head, so nobody else would know the question he asked, and it went to the answer to his question.
Well, I mean, yeah, you could do that.
No, and if it's fake though, everyone would have to move to that certain spot.
I thought it was only the person asking the question
No.
put their finger on the thing.
Everyone's hands are on the planchette.
I don't know.
So if they don't know the question that he asked, how would they? He asked his mom's name, and it went to his mom's name.
all right, let's stop talking
Yeah.
about it because I don't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
None of
done.
them come out of
That
here.
part's getting edited out. No, I'm just kidding. It's not going to. I got two quick stories. It's from my older brother. As a kid, he used to see this huge, tall. He called him Tall Man. I believe that's what he called him, and it would follow him around the house all the time. He would run to my parents' bedroom in the middle of the night, screaming, running down the hallway. It was just some very tall figure that followed him everywhere. Y'all could ask him, if y'all
How
ever get the
old was he?
opportunity to talk to him. He was pretty young. He was probably 8, 7.
They
I
say-
was like a baby.
They say young kids.
Oh yeah,
see
you
it,
see him more.
See
Yeah.
it more.
He also had a little boy who would follow him around, and he would just peek out of the corner at him, like at the corner over there. He would just see something looking at him, everywhere. I've asked him about it here recently, and he's like, I just think that I was just mentally screwed up as a kid. And I'm like, well, probably, but that's something that you just, it's hard to look past, it was, because, I remember seeing him genuinely terrified in the middle of the night whenever I was a kid because of that. And it's, it's just like, oh no, I was just screwed up as a kid. No, I think you actually seen stuff. But they do
probably
say
tell them
younger
something.
kids, have a bigger connection to spirits and ghosts and things of such. But I don't know. That's just another odd thing I wanted to throw in there. How much time we at?
45 minutes.
45. Did we start at 9
Started
exactly?
Like 9:02.
9:02. Hell, I'd say it's pretty much of a wrap. Is there anything that Aaron? Anything you'd like to touch base on?
I really enjoyed this. Thank y'all for having me. It's been fun.
That's
It
good.
really has. I
We're
would
gonna
like
have
to
to get
come
you
back.
back and have an actual guest episode.
You will
Yeah.
be back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'll be back for sure.
Definitely.
We'll get you a bigger chair.
This chair.
I
I
think that chair did fine.
Is
was
it
about to say
comfortable?
it's still here. Yeah, we're
I mean,
good.
it's
I'm
creaked
shit.
a little bit, but
Not really.
I'm good.
I think that's Matthew.
Squidward.
Matthew, move up and down. Okay, it's Matthew.
Yeah,
Matthew?
it's my pumpkins I got going back
Oh, yeah.
here. Yeah,
You got pumpkins.
had to get this scenery rocking and rolling. Well, we hope you guys enjoyed this one. It is definitely a doozy, and
We
it's a
got
bonus
some big
episode.
episodes coming.
We got a big one right now, and then we got a big one coming up. Next episode, y'all
Next
stay
one is
tuned.
major. Make sure you're
y'all,
good for it.
y'all be sure to be here. We appreciate it. We appreciate y'all's output. We appreciate everybody that's been reaching out too.
Yes.
Who
Yes,
has
we've
been
had a lot of
and
outside
yes,
criticism.
Mhm.
that is awesome. please bring it in. Give us some more criticism on how we can do better. Reach out in the comments. Ask us questions that you guys would like to know. Stump's number in description.
Yeah,
Just text him. That's what we all do.
I might reply like a day or two.
About to say, we were all up till like 1 o'clock in the morning talking about this.
Apparently, I act famous, so we'll see.
Since we've started this podcast, like, I'll send Stump a video on TikTok, and he takes a few days before.
That's such cap.
Dude, I tried to call him like 10 times earlier. He wouldn't answer me.
I was on the game.
Who said Stump's acting famous ever since the pod started?
Me.
Did you hear how bougie he was in Dollar Tree or what the dollar store?
Know.
He was on the phone. He was like, "Yeah, I'll catch you on an episode, man. What do you want to do?"
I know, talking as loud as he could.
That's such cap.
I was just waiting for him to put his uncle on speakerphone.
I seriously reply to you every single time you text me. But
I had to text you
he
the other
gets
day.
mad when I don't respond to a TikTok he sends me.
He does the same. He does the
Listen,
same for me.
listen.
He does the same
Who
for me.
gets on TikTok to look at your DMs?
Me.
Like, if he sends me a video, I'll eventually respond, and I'll like it to acknowledge that I've seen it.
I do too. But his thing, he sends me like 6 in a row.
But when he sends it to me and I don't open it, it's a problem.
I go on
But
TikTok.
I don't even know if he opens my TikTok.
He doesn't.
Yes, I
He's
do.
famous.
I think
I do.
Maggie is judging.
But I go on TikTok
She was
and
just looking at
I
me
get
very
lost in
disappointed.
scrolling on TikTok. So
Yeah.
I'll be scrolling on TikTok for like 30 minutes. It's bad. And
Right.
I just forget to look at.
You guys
You
just
have to
need-
like visibly like remind me to look. But on Snapchat or text messages,
I'll text your phone.
reply
I
to
had to text
everybody.
you the other day, and I was like, "Mr. Famous, can I get a minute of your
Yeah,
time?"
he said, "Can I get a
Mr.
minute of your
Famous.
time?"
Can I get a minute of your time?
And it took him like
And
40
no,
minutes to text
no.
me.
I was in bed falling asleep because I had to work the next morning.
It was 6:00 p.m.
No, it was not.
Yes, it was.
Was it really?
Yes.
Can you show me Actually, send me the timestamps and I'll cue it in the
I'll
video.
pull it up right now.
Uh-oh,
Hold
he's
on.
got
I'll tell you the
receipts.
exact time. This is gonna get edited down. Wednesday at 6:08.
Sorry, we got a little deep. Bro, you
Wow.
said I don't talk to you, but look,
That's because we was having a conversation about your.
I
issue.
text you all the time.
I said at,
See, me and
at
Stump just text on
6:08
Snapchat,
p.m.
so.
6:08 p.m. Yo,
Oh,
Grandpa?
wait, hold on.
yo, Mr. Famous. Do you have a minute
No,
of your
no, no,
precious
that's-
time you can
that-
spare?
I was about to take a nap.
No,
No, get up.
that's because that night I didn't go to sleep till like 3 in the morning before. And I wanted a nap because I had just got
a
off
nap
work.
at 6 p.m.
I had just got off work.
Just
I
stay
got
up 2 more hours and go to sleep at 8.
Was that the
But that's
night
the-
was that your rough night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the night we had. I literally had to go get candy for our bear feed too.
I texted him some that day, and I was in such a good mood, and he said, "Thank you for rubbing it in."
Yeah, and then literally the next day, I was thugging through it at work, dude,
I was
as
fine.
hard as I could. I was like, I'm about to text Logan. He's about to give me some advice. But he texted me. He was more depressed than
No,
I
I
was.
wasn't. I was straight.
Cat.
Oh, that was Thursday. Yeah.
Bro,
No, I was just really.
Like I was, how depressed I was.
That was
I was
yesterday.
having
I
to
was
be the
just-
moderator for him.
Do you ever
being
just have one of those
depressed.
days where you're just really off? That was just yesterday. I was just really off. Like,
some
Oh,
days
no.
I'll... Bless you. Some days I'll be hanging out with my dad. It's just me and Dad, and Stump will snap me, and he'll be like, "What you doing?" I'll be like, "I'm with Dad." He'll go, "Oh, it must be nice to have a dad." I'm like, "Well,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, it must be nice.
like, you're invited."
Honestly,
Dad.
like I joke about stuff like that all the time, but like the father figures I have in my life,
He lagged
like it more than enough. Like obviously I didn't have it growing up like I would want to, but like his dad, my grandpa, like I'm good.
That's all you need, baby.
Yep.
All you need's each other,
Family ain't blood.
and we got that.
Bro, W.
Family ain't family anymore.
Now I will say, I've seen more people that aren't blood that are closer than people that are blood.
Oh, I'm
And
closer to
honestly,
y'all than I am like
me and
almost
A-
anybody on my
Me
mom's
and
side of
Aaron
the family.
aren't blood, but he's like literally the closest. Not to get like,
Listen, I heard what you said on the last podcast. I almost cried at work.
what I say.
It was some sweet stuff. You're like, honestly, y'all, we all make fun of Aaron all the time, but that person he's a good guy. I was like, thanks, man.
He's a good dude.
Nah, like me and Aaron, like people don't realize it, but we're actually like really close.
Oh, I think people realize it. What are
Well,
you
I'm
doing?
talking
The
about
stump.
Yeah,
I was just hanging out with him the other day.
Right now,
Yeah.
they sound just like me and
I
you.
know.
I'm talking about like the outside
Why'd
audience.
you look at me like
Oh
that?
yeah, gotcha.
Because, bro, they sound like me and
You
you.
looked at me like you was in love.
No, I'm communicating. What you want me to? They sound like me and you. You want me to look away from you?
You just gave me those eyes.
They sound like me and
the
you.
eyes.
The eyes.
Hey, now that we're making this podcast, we need to talk about your dog, bro. Because I swear she's a skinwalker.
No, she ain't a skinwalker. She's just an old
Nah,
lady.
she's
Come on,
just old.
Matthew, her hip.
she's good. Here, sit down.
She was fun.
Oh. Yeah, see, she's good. All right, guys. We got a lot of busy things to be attending to.
No, we don't. No, we don't. Don't
All right,
lie.
Stump.
All right,
Speak
so-
for
Your
yourself,
uncle
buddy.
said
I
you
got
get good with
steakhouse in
outros,
the
right? All right.
Dad brought me food.
We'll catch you guys here in a few days.
Yeah, with a very,
very big
special
Very
episode.
big episode.
Stump doesn't even know. He's
I
just
don't
talking.
even
I'll
know.
see y'all in the next few
We'll
months.
see
whenever
y'all
I get
later.
back.
Peace out.